Hey pals, welcome back to another session with us here with Hot Jobs at Hire Military. It's so lovely to see you this afternoon, and I'm guessing, based on a few changes that have happened over the week, that this time last week most of you were experiencing that cold blast that was coming through the country. Spring has probably sprung where you are. So in the chats today, tell us where you are calling in, watching in from, whether you are looking for a SkillBridge internship or a direct hire opportunity. And in what realm, what industry, what sphere. It would be lovely to get that information because we want to know a little bit more about you. Also, if you have the chance and you've got questions you want to ask us at all, please do put those in the comments. Whilst we are talking today, we are mining all of the comments for any of your questions, and we save them and endeavour to answer as many as possible at the very end. If you haven't been with us before, we have a format that we stick to most weeks. You know, why change a good thing? And so what we will do is make some introductions first of all. Then we will introduce all of our SkillBridge internship opportunities and also explain a little bit about SkillBridge if you're not familiar, and then dive straight into our permanent roles that we are working on at the moment on behalf of our strategic partners across corporate America. Rick in Honolulu. Gosh, I wish I was there instead of Alaska. Lovely to see you. Jeanette, Sean, Patricia, Maurice, it's really nice to have you all here today. If you haven't joined us before, say hi and say this is your first time so that we can pick you out and say hi to you. John, I'm really glad you joined us. That's amazing. Wayne, Brenda, lovely to see you. There are a few links in the event today, so let me just highlight those for you. The first is Mike Quinn, our CEO, has a LinkedIn workshop next Thursday. It's called Mastering LinkedIn. He delivers it through the USO, and it is 2 hours of your life that I promise you won't want back. He literally takes you from creating a profile through to being able to network successfully on LinkedIn and utilize the platform for what you're really trying to achieve. Hi, Abraham, Michael, lovely in Dayton. Nice to see you. Joelle, lovely to see you too. It's Maurice's first time, and I already gave you a shout out. And Jules, lovely to see you too. Oh, Jeffrey, gosh, everybody's here today. Also, we have on our links the beginner's guide to an effective LinkedIn profile, as well as how to target your resume. If you are sending your resumes out left, right, and center and not getting many hits at all at the moment, which I know is a common theme and it is incredibly frustrating, take a look at this document. It's a newsletter that Olivia in Marketing at Hire Military put together with the help of all of the recruiting team. And it really does break down for you how to create a competitive resume. So definitely a must read. Also, finally, before I make some introductions, if you are not familiar, LinkedIn has a tool called LinkedIn Audio. And every other Thursday, Mike Quinn, CEO of Hire Military, and I deliver our office hours. This week, it's at 1 p.m. Eastern time. It is, so you can go to the event, say attend, and then at that time, it will pop up on your phone or on your computer and you can join. It's real time, it is not recorded, and it is your opportunity to ask us any questions at all. So questions to Mike tend to be about the military transition, about experience, about his perspective on things, and ones to me tend to be more recruiting centric. So definitely join us for that. That's an hour long, not recorded. And also, if you've got no questions to ask, but you want to listen in to everybody else, it's a really good opportunity for you to do so. That's enough for now. Let me introduce myself. If we haven't met, I am Lucy. I am the Director of Talent Acquisition here at Hire Military. As you can tell by my voice, I am not from the US originally. I come from the UK a very long time ago, and now currently in the interior of Alaska at Eielson Air Force Base, where my husband is currently stationed. And I am going to hand over to you, Amber. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, thanks, Lucy. You shared so many exciting resources. That's always nice to just kind of know what direction to go depending on what folks are looking for. But my name is Amber. I'm also on the recruiting team here with Hire Military. I'm an Air Force veteran and a military spouse. My husband is here in San Antonio, finishing out his Air Force career. So really, really happy to be able to share some opportunities today that we are recruiting for with our partners that are nationwide. I'm going to hand it over to you, Kate.
Thanks, Amber. Hi, everyone. Kate Wood here. I'm coming to you from Panama. I am an Army vet and an active duty Army spouse. My husband is on special location here in Panama, which is really exciting. I just want to give a shout out to Wayne. You're welcome, Wayne. You said thank you in the beginning. I don't know what exactly you're thanking me for, but you're welcome. So happy to have you here, and as well as so many first-time people onto broadcast today. So that's really exciting. Hopefully we have something for you and you'll keep coming back for more week by week. So really excited to share more direct hire opportunities later on, and I will hand it over to Before for his intro.
Thanks, Kate. Hello, everyone. Great to see new faces, new people joining the LinkedIn Live. My name is Before Agby. I am now a Army veteran of 90 days. 90 days. I just hit the 90-day mark. 20 years in the Army as a medic. For all those healthcare professionals out there, there is hope. Okay. But I've been started off as a SkillBridge intern roughly about 9 months ago. So I've been working in the industry for 9 months, leveraging the SkillBridge opportunities. So I'm here to share a few roles, and we have a lot more on our website as well. So glad to be here. Can't wait to share.
Thank you so much, guys. And if you're not familiar with us here at Hire Military, everybody on our team is either a military spouse or a veteran, or as Amber and Kate attest to, they are pulling double duty and are both. So we have real integrity and credibility in standing, and most of us have walked a mile in your shoes at some point. So, it's really great to connect with you. And we're glad there are so many first timers here. It's so lovely, Kate. I'm glad you shouted that out. If you're not familiar with our website, it's hiremilitary.us. Take a look at that. And there are 2 buttons you can press to look at the opportunities that we have. One is handily titled SkillBridge Internship Opportunities, the other Looking for Jobs. So take a look there, because what we share today really is just scraping the surface of all of the opportunities that we have. We don't have the ability to share everything. So we top line share based on what's new or what's hot right now. In addition, if you don't hear anything today that works for you or you're interested in, you go onto our website and you're like, nothing there either. Definitely do join one of our 2 pipelines. One is for the SkillBridge interns, one is for permanent job seekers. And that really shares with us your search for a role, that you are actively looking. These are your parameters. These are your stakes in the ground. This is what you're looking for. And if any roles come up that fall into those categories, we will get in touch with you. In addition, we do send out emails probably once every 2 weeks just to share our newest roles, so that you're familiar with what we're doing, and also any events that we're attending that could be relevant to you as well. So do check again, that's hiremilitary.us. So I am going to hand over to Buff, first of all, who is going to talk through SkillBridge and then share a couple of opportunities.
All right. I am not on mute. All right. Thank you, Lucy. First of all, I want to share we are a DoD-approved SkillBridge program internship that provide nationwide opportunities. This is for eligible transitioning service members during their last 6 months of service. The time is calculated typically from your ETS or EAS for other services. Our internships are based on your availability within your last 180 days of service, and we strive for a high probability of a full-time offer upon completion. It pretty much depends on your performance and your availability during the internship. The outcome goes for it. So the first role I would like to share is with a company, rather large company, reputable company called Texas Instruments. It is for equipment technician in Dallas, Texas. Some things that are required for this job and some things to consider for this role is you must be able or willing to relocate to North Dallas, Texas. They essentially have 3 plants there that they will be processing and you will be working. What they're looking for is 3+ years of hands-on technical maintenance experience. These guys are looking for cohorts of 5 to 10 starting monthly, every single month, starting in April 2023. There are minimal education requirements to participate, but a technical aptitude is essential, is a must. We already have 4 people that have started the interview process and already have their dates starting in April. So it'd be great to hop on that train if you're interested in that role. Will also lead to a well-paying career pathway working with the highly technical equipment, chips, and semiconductors in a thriving industry. Again, that's the equipment technician for Texas Instruments in Dallas, Texas. The next role I would like to share is basically a broader spectrum for anybody with mechanical or electrical background. We have probably 11 or 12 vacancies nationwide, but particularly that companies are interested in 2 locations are Amarillo, Texas, and Fresno, California. So if you're interested in any roles in those locations with mechanical or electrical background, please put that in the comments and I will connect with you right after this. And lastly, probably the most exciting role is working with us at Hire Military. It is for a marketing coordinator position. And I see somebody in the comments, Mr. Majana, I got your application and I'll be reaching out later. But it's for a marketing coordinator position working with Hire Military. You'll be driving our marketing efforts through social media and wide variety of marketing campaigns. We're looking for a candidate who is a good communicator, self-driven. You got to be a creative and dynamic thinker. A degree in marketing is preferred, but not required. And mostly you have to have a passion for assisting transitioning service members. It's a must, non-negotiable. Again, you can work with us and it's a marketing coordinator with Hire Military. Please check those out on our Hire Military site at hiremilitary.us under the SkillBridge internships. You can filter those by state. You can filter those by industry. And it's very user-friendly. And also there's a remote one as well for remote positions. Just a heads up, the remote positions are typically IT related. So just to FYI. That's all I have for SkillBridge. We'll be rolling into some direct hire roles, and I think I'll be followed by Kate.
Awesome. Thanks, Buff, for sharing those SkillBridge internships. Again, those are DoD SkillBridge internships available to transitioning service members who are approved for DoD SkillBridge on their last 6 months of time on active duty. So Amber and I are going to share some direct hire opportunities. These are open and available to transitioning service members, veterans, and military spouses who are currently job searching and open to work and open to starting within the next 1 to 2 months. So the first role I have is really exciting. I know HR is always a sought after industry to move into. So we are really excited to offer a human resources manager position. This is going to be on site in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We have recently partnered with a really exciting company. They're a global mining company and a producer of lime and limestone. And the products that they produce are essential to industries like energy, a lot of different environmental companies, construction, and manufacturing. So they really are a recession-proof industry. They're looking for an HR manager that will be responsible for providing day-to-day human resources support while also overseeing the administration of human resources policies and procedures and all of the HR things that they need to do at their plant on site in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So for this role, they definitely need someone with a bachelor's degree in human resources or business administration, and they need someone with at least 7 years of relevant experience. And the types of experience that they're specifically working for is people that have prior experience in heavy industrial environments and specifically working on a shop floor. They really need someone that's okay with interacting with employees on a day-to-day basis, and also someone, they would prefer to have someone that has experience with union contracts as well. So if you're interested in that role, just type human resources manager into the chat. I think I saw Patricia was interested in Minnesota roles. So if this is a fit for you, you can just type human resources manager into the chat and I'll be able to reach out to you directly following the broadcast. Next up, we have a position in Wisconsin. Ryan, I think you mentioned that you are located in Wisconsin. So we have a maintenance electrical technician. This is in Green Bay, Wisconsin. For this role, we need someone with at least 5 years of experience working in high-speed manufacturing or industrial environment. Really important for this candidate to have a really good understanding of electrical currents, PLC troubleshooting and programming and repair, and ability to troubleshoot and repair equipment in the 120 volt to 480 volt area as well. So that is a maintenance electrical technician on site in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Next, I have a electrical engineer position. This is a remote role. This is with the same company I mentioned that had the human resources role. This organization has vacancies across the United States and they are a global company as well. So this electrical engineer can work in a remote capacity. They would like the candidate to reside within the Ohio Valley, which is, Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Connecticut, and Western Pennsylvania. This position, the electrical engineer, will be working on capital projects during the conceptual design, engineering review, and construction and commissioning phases. They'll be working across all the clients' plants and facilities across the United States, giving subject matter expertise on electrical systems. So for this position, they will need someone with a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering or an associate's in electrical engineering and at least 8 years of experience. So if that sounds like something you are interested in and would like to find out more, you can just type electrical engineer into the chat. Just as a reminder, all of our positions that are posted and that are open currently have salaries attached as well, and benefits information for the companies that we're working for. So if you want to find out information, you can just head to hiremilitary.us, like Lucy mentioned, for full position descriptions and salaries included as well. So that is all I have. I'm going to pass it over to Amber. I know she has several more roles to share with our community.
I sure do, Kate. Thank you so much. I'm going to start with a contractor special security officer position. This is located in Reston, Virginia, and it's one of our newest partner companies. It's a small employee-owned company that primarily works on government contracting. While they are a small company, they do offer a lot of support and structure company-wide. In this CSSO position, you will be providing guidance and interpretation about security standards, practices, and programs that support the federal business and security initiatives that our client is working on. Qualifications for this position include 5 years of experience in support of DoD and SCI level programs, an active security clearance, and CSSO training and certifications. So again, that's a contractor special security officer in Reston, Virginia. If you're interested, be sure to drop it in the chat, and following our broadcast, I'll absolutely reach out to you. The next position that I have to share this afternoon is a production scheduler. This is in a couple locations. So Salina, Kansas, Stillwell, Oklahoma, and also available in Florence, Kentucky. So this production supervisor is with a national multi-billion-dollar company that manufactures and markets quality food products through home delivery and retail grocery food service channels. So in this role, you can really expect to be supervising, training, and developing people that are on the team. Requirements include 4 to 5 years of related work experience, preferably in the food industry, manufacturing, or equivalent combination of education and experience. They are looking for somebody that has 2 years of supervisory experience, and their formal education requirements are a high school diploma. They do prefer a bachelor's degree, definitely not a requirement though. So that's a production supervisor in a couple locations: Salina, Kansas, Stillwell, Oklahoma, and in Florence, Kentucky. I've got one last, I'm just kidding, I have 2 last roles to share with you guys today. These are with the same company. And one of our really fantastic partner companies, they are headquartered out of Chicago. And they're a private and leading provider of aviation services for commercial and government operators. So even though they're headquartered out of Illinois, these positions are down in Florida, which is really, really exciting. We always have people asking for positions out in Florida. So I have a production control specialist first. This is in Rockledge, Florida. And qualifications for this position include 3 years of experience with aviation maintenance and really a broad understanding of federal aviation regulations, as you will be assigning the aircraft maintenance jobs and work priorities with their company. So that's in Rockledge, a production control specialist. Last one I have is an aircraft mechanic. This is with the same company, the provider of aviation services, and this one is at Patrick Air Force Base. In this position, you can really expect to be doing the repair, replacement, and rebuilding of aircraft structures. Requirements include a FAA A&P license and at least 8 years experience working with aircraft maintenance. So as a sort of summary here for our direct hire opportunities this afternoon, Kate mentioned a human resource manager. That was in Minneapolis. She mentioned a maintenance electrical technician in Green Bay and an electrical engineer that's remote. And then I mentioned a contractor special security officer in Ruston, Virginia, production supervisor, production control specialist, and aircraft mechanic. This is really just a scratch of the surface, you guys. We have so many other opportunities that are available. So if something didn't catch your eye, definitely check out our website and drop it in the chats if you have questions or anything else. We'll be happy to answer those. Lucy, I'm going to tie it up and hand it over to you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Such wonderful roles that we've shared today. And like Amber, Kate, and before said, if there isn't something for you that we've shared today, do take a look at our website. And if there's nothing there either, then join our pipeline, because we really love the fact that you've joined us today and we want to stay engaged and involved with you. There's been so much great chat in the comments, and the most wonderful part of this community is veterans supporting veterans and us all helping each other. And so there have been questions going on with other people making really quite informed answers, and we can't give any greater information than what's been given to you. But just to clarify, in terms of who these roles are available to and who is eligible for anything that we share, for SkillBridge, Kate did mention it, and also before did as well, you do have to be within the last 6 months of active duty to partake in a SkillBridge internship here in the US. It is available to US service members. In terms of all of our roles, the direct hire ones, if you have the ability to work in the US, if you have eligibility already and don't require sponsorship, then these roles are open to you. So these roles are for anybody who is military affiliated and who has the ability to work in the US without sponsorship. I think we've had a really lovely testimony, I can't speak today, from Rob Aguilar, who said, "I love helping others and you guys are doing such a good job at it. How can I become a recruiter?" So Kate, I'm going to put you on the spot right now and ask if you could just share for a minute or two how somebody who is watching today could possibly become a recruiter in the longer term.
Sure. Thanks so much, Lucy. So Buff and I actually share similar backgrounds. We were both medical in the military, Army specifically, no recruiting experience in the military. And anyone will tell you recruiting in the military and recruiting outside is very different in and of itself. But if you're wanting to pursue recruiting, I think one of the biggest things, other than looking into types of roles, is speaking to people that are in those roles currently, finding out, what makes them successful, what they like about the roles, what they don't like about the roles, and then finding what you can from your military experience that really applies to that, right? So a lot of what we do is like this, interacting with candidates, interacting with companies, a lot of, relationship management skills as well. And then, try to find a SkillBridge, if you're SkillBridge eligible, that will help you to kind of move in that direction. There's, other like sourcing, being a sourcing coordinator or sourcing or, HR generalist. There's other types of roles that can help you move into the recruiting or HR or talent acquisition lanes as well. But I think the most important thing is just speaking with other people that are in current positions of interest and finding out what makes them happy and what makes a person successful in those types of roles in terms of education and experience. And thank you for that comment. It's always nice to get positive feedback on what we're doing here. We are also passionate about our work here at Hire Military and being able to give back to the community that we are all a part of.
Thank you, Kate. Keanu asked, are there any internships on SkillBridge that result in earning credentials or certifications? So SkillBridge is multifaceted. There is the internship side of SkillBridge, which allows you to partake in a civilian job, for want of a better word, for X amount of time, normally 90 to 120 days, whereby if you are successful and if there is an opportunity to be able to offer you at the end, you can seamlessly go into a permanent position. And that's the part of SkillBridge that we facilitate and we host here at Hire Military. There are also lots of other non-profit organizations that support you in terms of SkillBridge, where you can perform an internship, but you are going through school, for want of a better word. So you're actually training or learning, and it's not necessarily a job, it's more of an educational program. And two organizations that I encourage you to reach out to over and above looking at the DoD SkillBridge website, because that hosts every single employer and educational facility, is O2O. So if you Google O2O or IVMF, they have a huge list of certifications and credentials that you can go through during your SkillBridge time. So you train, you go to school rather than work. And also there are other nonprofits, and one that we are partnered with and talk to is one called the Manufacturing Institute. So they train you in the manufacturing field to be able to give you the skill set to go off into the civilian world, all levels of manufacturing and production, supply chain. So there are lots of different organizations who host SkillBridge, but in different capacities. So Keanu, I really hope that helps. There's another one here. Sorry, I'm just reading them as they come through. Patrick asked, do you share roles or put job seekers in contact with decision makers? So who shared that across my team, and who will answer that?
I can.
Or go ahead, Amber.
Sure. That's a great question, Patrick. We do both. We share the roles on behalf of the companies that we are partnered with nationwide. And so as we have conversation with folks that apply, we share all of the information that the hiring manager and hiring team as a whole has passed along to us. So you have all of the information that they've delivered to us, and then we can also make those introductions if you're meeting all of the qualifications that they're looking for.
Wonderful. Thank you. I think this is a great question that I want to answer as well. So Jared asked, he meant to ask earlier, if there's any advice for those having a difficult time finding SkillBridge opportunities in the field that they're looking to enter. In his case, it's mostly social media and comms roles, preferably in the gaming industry, which is hugely niche. And we know, we're very familiar with all the companies that are on the DoD SkillBridge internship website. So, Puff, I'm going to hand this one over to you. What do you think? What advice would you give?
Oh, absolutely. Great question. I'm here at JBLM, Washington. So I see about 100 service members every Monday during their CSP SkillBridge brief. That question rises probably about 10 times every Monday. What I recommend people doing is establishing a point of contact with that said company, whatever it may be. If they're not DoD SkillBridge approved, we can connect with them. Our business development team does a contract with them, and you guys will be working through us with them to facilitate your internship. So it is possible. I always just say make a point of contact. If you're holding informational interviews with the person or somebody in their HR team, you can connect them with me directly. You can connect somebody with our team, and we facilitate that for them. For you ultimately. So we've done it. Me being here 9 months, I think I believe I've successfully done six that have done that, and it's through healthcare, legal assistants, paralegals, it's those niche jobs that are hard to find. Law enforcement agencies as well. So and real estate realtors. So if you find a company, and I think most recently we just did one with a ranch in Montana. So any Yellowstone fans out there, there's some hope for you.
And we've got huge amounts of questions today. So Brenda's asked, how often are our positions updated? Amber, hit me with the answer to that one.
Almost every day. If not every day, at least every few days. We're always getting new opportunities. Positions are always being filled. And so we have updates regularly for both the direct hire and I know on the SkillBridge side as well. It's constantly being updated.
Thank you. Somebody who on my side of the screen says LinkedIn user, so apologies I can't acknowledge and address you directly, has said, do you have any healthcare management roles or organizations that you work with? The straight answer to that question right now is no. However, I came from a meeting directly into this live today with a healthcare organization, a hospital facility, actually, a national one that is looking to partner with us for those types of roles, as well as other healthcare and medical ones across the US. So I don't know what your timescales are, but for those who are interested in this as well, watch this space. We're looking for at the next couple of months, and we hopefully should have roles in that area. My gosh, I feel like there have been lots and lots of questions today, but I really do appreciate my team and the time that they've taken to share all of this information with you. You for joining us today. It has been absolutely wonderful, and some great questions to critically analyze and think about as we're delivering on the spot. Do connect with us on LinkedIn, Lucy Robinson, Amber Flores, Before Agby, and Kate Wood. We would love to connect so that you can follow us specifically. We share tips, advice, and roles. Between us, there's something daily, as well as the Hire Military LinkedIn page. It has been an absolute treat to spend the last 30 minutes with you. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have, and we will see you again next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.